Hello, boils and goyos, Crispy here, doing something a little differently today. After a year and some change, we finally got another Nintendo Direct, and I wanted to talk about it. But I am only going to be covering the major games and or the games that personally interested me. So I didn't have a ton of expectations with this return to Directs. Honestly, I was so starved for content that I'd accept anything. More needless ports? Sure. Sequels nobody asked for? Yes please. Another Smash DLC fighter that's an anime swordsman? I was fucking kidding! Look, I get it. The thing about Smash Bros. DLC fighters is that you can't please everyone. When people weren't hyped for Banjo-Kazooie, I just let them be wrong. They have the right to be. But JRPG fans, Xenoblade fans, Sugar Conroy, can we at least agree that the anime swordsman archetype is getting a little bit stale here? You can't joke about this in the Byleth trailer and then go back to 2 bleeding swordsmen in a row. I understand that all these sword buddies do have distinct kits, and I'm not blaming Sakurai for mechanical laziness. I'm just really freaking bored at this point. Well, Pyra has a cool design at least. Yeah, I'm not the sheep to go to for Monster Hunter. I appreciate the style, the customization options, and the scope and AI that goes into the beasts themselves, but it's not for me. I'm glad that Switch owners are getting their own exclusive game after World proved to be too greasy strong to run on it. Though it's kind of a good thing that World no longer has DLC coming out for it, otherwise this game might feel more like a cheap knockoff to satiate purists. I liked Mario Tennis Aces well enough, and it's nice to see the inevitable golf counterpart get a slight facelift so we don't get another Ultra Smash situation going. Speed Golf actually looks kind of fun for a gimmick. And while I was dubious about the story mode and its RPG elements at first, Aces did nothing with either of these. I remember that Mario Golf and RPG elements were more intertwined thanks to the Game Boy games, so I'm holding out hope here. Though the real takeaway I want to get with this game is, look at Bowser's pants, oh my god. Yes, my dick! I have been craving another No More Heroes game for a hot minute. I'll admit I'm a bit worried that this game will dip back into the excessive wackiness Part 2 had too much of, but I'll hold some enthusiasm after the stellar writing in Travis Strikes Again. Even if the story blows, the combat looks slicker than ever, something I never thought I'd say about a No More Heroes game. One of 2 small-scale games that seriously caught my eye. Neon White is like Shin Megami Tensei meets Mirror's Edge meets Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, but good. Deck building is a very easy way to get my attention and money. Though I wonder if that's even going to play a factor when most of the cards that we've seen so far are seen in the overworld itself. Either way, this game is cool looking, but one Steam search shows that I am not getting it on Switch. I will always love this art style to the moon and back, but I didn't care about Octopath, and making it a Fire Emblem won't change my mind. Sorry, Your Excellence. The first 3D Ninja Gaiden almost made me want an original Xbox. I'm glad to see this whole series released for modern consoles. But this is another case of preferring this on a stronger system. Unlike Neon White, I wouldn't mind this on the Switch though. I have heard that the Sigma games are not quite the definitive versions of these games, but I'll take what I can get. I was going to dip my toes into this one, but then I heard it wasn't a proper prequel, and gameplay didn't change much from the first Hyrule Warriors, which I still have enough content on that to last me 2 of this one, so no thanks. Oh boy, it's the 3D Zelda everybody likes! Okay, that's not completely fair. Even a game as hand-holding a Skyward Sword still introduced a lot of good mechanics that were later used in Breath of the Wild, like the stamina gauge and really good item management. Even though they will be making some good quality of life improvements like uncapping the frame rate, ultimately it's probably not going to fix the core issues of this one. Look, love this game or hate it, its aggressive, restrictive style gave birth to Breath of the Wild. I will say that mapping the sword swings to the right analog stick is a great idea. I hope that pans out well. Nintendo once again shows it cannot be predicted, like, at all. I get that this Direct's description said focusing on games coming out on the first quarter, but I didn't think they'd be bother showing anything that's not coming out this year. especially since we don't quite know what games they do have planned this year. Ah well, Splatoon 3 has some big shoes to fill either way. The first game was a breath of fresh air back when Nintendo's future was uncertain. And Splatoon 2 got a free pass since they were introducing the IP to people who didn't bother buying an obviously dying console. But that free ride is over, and Splatoon 3 being a slightly improved version of Part 2 will not cut it this time. I want to see some hard innovation for this series if they want to justify a sequel on the same console. And while a splat bow won't hit that bar for me, this stupid little salmon buddy, you're on the board, Nintendo. All in all, this direct was aight. I would have liked to hear some news on the Breath of the Wild sequel, or maybe new Pokemon Snap, but given the scope of those series, I can see them getting their own directs. When/if that happens, I'll gladly do this again. It was really fun. Until then, this has been Crispy the Sheep. See you next round.